It's the weekly show about Pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.
Hey everyone, this is Gary K.
and Steph Beckett, and welcome to another episode of rAVe TV, the Pro AV industry's only weekly live TV show. Gary, how's it going? This is going to be a busy week for us, so just taking a temperature check. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Yeah, I mean, I'm flying out to you're going out CEDIA today. I'm flying out to CEDIA tomorrow. I should say CEDIA and CI Expo, Commercial Integrated Expo. So we're excited about the show. This will be the biggest CEDIA they've had since 2019, obviously. So it's been 3 or 4 years since it's been a big show, and a lot of new products at this year's show.
No, there really are, and they are really taking kind of I think it's so interesting that Commercial Integrator Expo is happening alongside CEDIA. I think that we're going to see how deep this resi-mercial trend runs. And the reason that we are going to see that is because these shows are co-located. And speaking of that, if you need to register, if you're like kind of on the fence about going to Denver and you're like, oh no, like, can I still get a free pass? You can use our code. It's rAVE-CE23 if you want to get a free pass onto the show floor. That gets you into both shows. So,
and it gets you, our pass actually gets you the CI Expo's education for free as well.
Because it's going to be on the stage on the show floor. So CEDIA Expo and Commercial Integrator Expo particularly announced that its education was going to be free for all attendees. And that is because it just seemed easier this way. So that's all CIX, Commercial Integrator Expo sessions, and all of the IMCCA sessions as well. They're going to now take place on the floor stage. And our editorial intern here at rAVe, Gibson, she wrote up a guide to all of the Commercial Integrator sessions that she thought were interesting, that really went along with our industry. So you can go and check those out. And she tells you exactly when they are, where they are on the show floor. So you can catch those at the show as well.
And don't forget, you can get those for free. And you can, nice thing about that is you can look at a booth and then go watch an education, go look at a booth and not have to leave the show floor. Now, one thing that we should cover also is starting tomorrow, we will do a live show every single day. So we'll have a Wednesday, a Thursday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday show for rAVe TV every day. And Steph, what time is that going to be if people want to actually watch it live? Do you know?
It's going to be noon Eastern, also, I want to say. So, right-ish, noonish. Like, we're going to try to make it noon Eastern.
Sometimes it depends on bandwidth. Sometimes it depends on my appointments and your appointments. But don't forget, everything in this mountain time, by the way, noon, so it'd be 2 p.m. Eastern time. Don't forget that you don't have to just watch it at ravepubs.com. If you're following me on LinkedIn, you'll get a notification. If you are actually a follower of us on YouTube, you should be if you're not. You should be a subscriber, I should say, on YouTube, because that will give you a notification as well. And of course, we're on the Twitter/X platform. We're also on Facebook. So any of those that you have, it'll give you a notification when we go live. But we're going to do it on the show floor live in different places. And we'll make sure that we'll do some walkthrough show floor tours and things like that. And we'll just kind of have some fun with it, just to kind of give you an idea. But you can see all of our show coverage just by going to ravepubs.com and clicking on the banner at the top of the page, which is live now. So you can go to ravepubs.com, click on the banner at the top of the page. That'll give you access to the CEDIA microsite and the CI Expo. We have 2 different microsites. So if you're in the commercial AV market, go to the CI Expo. If you're in the residential AV market, go to the CEDIA show, and both of them are there, and take a look at both, because we're going to put all our videos in the appropriate place. And it'll be tough for us because some products are commercial and residential, and we'll have to figure out how to deal with that.
Yeah. That it'll be a good practice. I know.
You're going to be the gatekeeper. Yeah. You're going to
no pressure at all or anything. No so yeah, if you don't like how we categorize it, feel free to tell us. We do take your comments into consideration when we're designing these microsites every year. So feel free to send me an email. I'll feel free to air your grievances at me. Gary, you wrote a really funny but very true blog. Can we talk about that really quick?
Yeah, it's on ravepubs.com right now and on the CEDIA microsite as well. And basically I said, I'm waiting for someone to come out with an AI powered HDMI cable because we have AI everything.
Literally.
And I'm kind of being facetious and unfortunately true at the same time, in the sense that we don't have a lot of marketing creativity in this industry. So what happens is a lot of brands just jump on the bandwagon of whatever term is popular at the moment. So in the commercial market, meeting equity is a big term. So every product that is in the UC space has meeting equity in it. And of course, every product also has AI in it too. And then before that, it was like going back to work and COVID-19's impact. There's not a lot of marketing creativity. So if we take a look at all the press releases we've received for CEDIA this year, very few have not mentioned AI somewhere. So there's AI control systems, AI audio, AI video, everything. Right. So the idea behind this blog was, when are we going to see the first AI powered HDMI cable, which would be ludicrous, but also possible. It is very possible somebody at CEDIA, is going to actually introduce an AI powered HDMI cable, because we've had liquid cooled cables before. We've had special connectors that supposedly do a better job carrying the signal. So I would not be surprised, but at the same time, let's get more creative than that. I mean, there is some AI powered stuff. You even mentioned that one of our editorial interns wrote up a piece and said, it just seems like everyone's just using AI as just to say that it's AI, but it's funny. Some of the stuff was AI, but they were calling it machine learning before, right? That was the term.
That was like the general term, like ML.
It's a buzzword.
Yeah. So it is interesting. Anytime anyone develops anything that they deem to be, Emily's slurping her smoothie back there. So, just office things. Sorry, that was so crazy.
What, you're serving Slurpees today? That's not fair.
No, fair. I think she picked up Smoothie King and she just really wanted to let everyone watching know that it was really good to the last drop. But I think that anytime anyone develops something slightly what they deem is futuristic, they're like, it's AI. And it's is it? Just I don't know. Do we need to develop
I just think we could be more creative than that. What my point is, the blog is that there will be no question that the biggest theme at the show will be AI, but a lot of it won't actually be AI, and it's unfortunate because it'll complicate the market and confuse people. It'll be the term that's used in the most videos.
Definition in AV for AI? Is that the solution, do you think?
I think the solution is to just be honest. I mean, don't just use it just because it's there. And when you actually come out with an AI product, you're going to regret it, because then people aren't going to believe it. It's sort of like The Boy Who Cried Wolf, right?
Oh yeah.
What book was that? Who wrote that book?
I think it was it's an Aesop fable, isn't it, or something?
Yeah. That's right. I think.
I don't know. Actually.
All right.
Anyway.
Moving on.
Yes. So we are very lucky to have fantastic sponsors and partners, and one of those is Legrand AV. And they wanted us to just tell you a little bit about their Middle Atlantic products brand, which, as you know, Legrand has so many brands under its umbrella, and they're all fantastic. So Middle Atlantic is crucial in providing power protection for your customers' digital signage solution. So you can check out the best PDUs for your next project by scanning that QR code, and we have a link ready for you to check out.
Congratulations. There you go.
Congratulations.
And, hey, I'm excited because yesterday Huddly announced that the Huddly Crew is shipping.
Yes, you've been talking about this a lot.
3-camera shoot concept that we showed you that got its first worldwide debut on rAVe TV a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
If you want to watch that again or read about Huddly Crew, it's about $12,000 to do a room with Huddly Crew. And the nice thing about it is, instead of splitting the screen into 4 parts or just automatically zooming theoretically into each person that's speaking, you're getting more like a 3-camera shoot. Like you have a camera basically focused on each person, and it switches automatically based on who's talking, and also that you get to see the gestures that way. It's now available. So if you're an integrator and you want to up the ante a little bit on the quality of the rooms and the kind of quality of experience that the remote viewer gets, then Huddly Crew is something to check out. If you haven't heard about it, it won our Best of Infocom award, one of the big awards we give away at Infocom. You can read about that as well by going to ravepubs.com or scanning that QR code and watch that video because you'll learn a lot about how it works. So
yeah. Exciting. I love how in the link I included within the article on Huddly's page, they literally quoted you as Gary K says it's magical.
Magical.
I thought it was
it's
so
true.
funny.
I did say that. It is really magical. The way that it works is pretty awesome. I mean, it's ahead of its time. I think the reason why it's $12,000 is it can be $12,000 because nobody else has anything like it.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It is quite differentiated.
Yeah. So definitely check it out. It is a really good product, and it was one of the standouts at Infocom for sure. So some acquisition news. We love to cover acquisitions. They're happening right and left right
Thursday.
now.
Yeah, last Thursday, Biamp announced they purchased Evoco, which is, I think they're based in Sweden. Is that right?
Yes.
I think they're Swedish.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they're Swedish. They have some cool designed meeting signs and
little hot desking.
Yeah, hot desking things. Who owned them before? Were they their own company? I feel like somebody might have owned them before, but anyway, I think they had a partnership with Draper or something. But now they're owned by Biamp, so they'll be folded into Biamp's meeting products, and that's a great purchase. I mean, Rashid over at Biamp is, he's definitely rolling up some good companies and building. They said in the announcement they want to be able to provide the whole system, that's a good purchase for them. That's a neat company with some really cool looking products. If you haven't seen them, just go to Evoco, EVOKO.com, or now you can go to Biamp.com too.
Yeah.
And you'll see those, but check out that story at ravepubs.com. And by the way, we have another one of our sponsors, Shure. We talked about Legrand, who will be on the show floor tomorrow with a bunch of new stuff. In addition to their digital sign stuff, they're going to have their new drape line, their automated shade line, and a bunch of other new. They have a new lighting line too. So there's a bunch of new stuff there. But Shure, I don't think Shure is actually going to be on the show floor in a booth, but they will have an impact on the show floor because they'll be in a few different places around the show floor. And check out this video message from Shure because they are supporting us, so we need to support them.
It's funny that we showed that commercial because on the ProAV Symposium the other day, someone was talking about how Shure had really good tabletop mics because someone had asked in the ProAV Symposium, hey, what kind of mics do you recommend that aren't a mic, a ceiling array and aren't super in the way? And someone talked about the daisy chainable tabletop mics from Shure. And they were like, I don't remember what line it's from though. And I was like, oh, it's from their STEM audio line. Look at me knowing, I was kind of integrator.
That's your job.
That's true.
Your job.
That's true.
That's it. But,
that's my job.
The first place I saw Rafik Anadol was in the Epson booth 10 years ago. He was providing some really cool content. And he's not just an artist. He's an artist that uses data to create art. So he will do stuff like weather patterns data from NOAA. He'll create art from that, or stock market data that's coming in. He'll create art from that. So the output is art. Cool. He's going to do the same thing on the Las Vegas Sphere. So the outside of the Sphere starting September 1st will be, the content will be based on data. You can read that article on our website now at ravepubs.com, but starting September 1st, which I guess that would meant that it already started
today.
Actually.
Yeah, I guess.
If you were in Vegas, the outside of the Sphere is covered with graphics generated from Rafik Anadol using data to generate them. And he's got some cool stuff. Epson must be really proud for sort of like bringing him into our industry.
Yeah.
You can read more about that why they're using Rafik Anadol at ravepubs.com or scan that QR code to get that complete article. And we have a couple of images that we in the article as well to see what it look like.
I first heard and found out about him at ISC. I don't think it was 2023. I think it was 2022. He was the keynote speaker. And since then, I feel like I've seen him everywhere. Our coworker, Anne Marie, went to New York and she was at MoMA, which is an art museum. And she sent a picture to me or like a video of this art installation. And I was like, oh yeah, I've seen that before. That's Rafik Anadol. And she was like, how do you know that? I was like, his work is like, once you recognize it, like he has such a recognizable style. So you like when the next time you see it, you're like, oh. Yeah.
And in fact, if you ever go to the Epson headquarters stuff, the entrance is a big, huge dual projected, I want to say 8K image that is generated based on data. I forget the date where the data points are, but
that's cool, though.
I think it is weather patterns on that one. But so LG opened up their new headquarters. If you're looking for a place and you're in the Northeast, place to impress people with everything that LG can do. I think it's in the Northeast. Is it Chicago or Northeast? I can't even remember now because it's been a while since I wrote that up. But that their new headquarters is open and they're showing all their different technologies. In a lot of cases, Steph,
New Jersey.
They took the content. They took the element of the exhibit from the trade show booth and actually put it inside their headquarters. So
which was
some
smart.
Of the stuff you've seen, some of the impressive things that you've seen are inside their headquarters. But they're allowing you to bring in customers. So if you have a customer who wants to understand how transparent OLED could work for them, you can actually bring them in and demonstrate it there. And they can't imagine how they could use touch OLED. Boom, you have a demo right there inside their headquarters. So if it's a client that's willing to buy enough of it might be worth flying them out to New Jersey and going through sort of all the technologies with LG, and you can get more information on our website now.
Very cool. That's really smart, honestly, because not everyone can make it to a trade show. So the fact that that's really historically where they don't show that stuff. We obviously do videos of all of it, but it's things like a transparent OLED. They're hard to look at a video of and completely understand all of the use cases that you can potentially put it in or how good it looks. Do you remember the Cube in LG's booth?
Yeah.
It's so good, but it was so hard to get a video that quite encapsulated how good it looked in person. Yeah. So it makes sense that they're trying to incorporate all of this somewhere else where people can actually just go at their leisure to check it out. So
exactly. So we have our last sponsor, which is rAVe. They have a white paper on the evolution of today's workforce, 5 types of flexible business spaces and agile solutions for connected collaboration, technically is what it's called, but you can download it for free by scanning this QR code right here. That will get it to you for free. And that way you get some cool information. It'd be good to share with your clients if they're not sure sort of where the future of the workplace is. It's their vision of where they see it. And obviously they're hoping that you put it up with their cameras.
Yes. So it's a little bit about key technology trends for business and online educators. It talks about planning for evolving business models, and it talks about 5 types of flexible business spaces, and then the key elements in selecting the right solution. So it's definitely informational and really good. So honestly, go ahead and scan that. I think you have to fill out a few fields of information, but then you get it for free. So we have another in-person event coming up. We've talked about CEDIA Expo, Commercial Integrator Expo, a ton, obviously, because it starts tomorrow. But the Envision Symposium from TD SYNNEX is coming up. It's September 12th through 14th. And that's right down the road, right? That's in Charlotte. So we can just drive to that show instead of having to fly. And I thought it was really interesting. I did an interview with Tommy Plummer from TD SYNNEX, and he just kind of gives a little bit of an overview about what to expect. So I thought we could play a short clip from that interview because I thought it was really cool.
It just kind of seemed like there was a need for an event like this, right? Because it is especially as a sales professional, right? Like I've been in sales for 25 years. And there's no sales training classes available in our industry, right? There's a lot of technology and a lot of all of that, right? Like best practices there, but there's no real, there's no real sales training specifically geared around, AV.
Right.
So we ran it by our advisory council. They seemed super excited about it. And plus, it's an opportunity for sales professionals in the AV industry to get in front of 30 vendors and network with 30 manufacturers, and then also the TD Cenex folks that are going to be there. And, there's a lot of things that we do that are not, this is not distribution from 30 years ago, right? It's not just pick, pack, and ship. There's a lot of things that we do that we can help enable our customers to sell more and to sell at a higher profit and to sell in different verticals. That I think a lot of that gets lost in the day-to-day. So I'm really excited to be able to showcase to the actual sellers that are out there selling every day all of the resources that they have at their disposal as because their partners would have partnered.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to be at that event. I'm going to speak at that event. If you're interested in registering for that, scan that QR code right here, and you can register for that event. But you have to be an integrator salesperson. You can't be any other position. They're targeting it specifically. So it's in Charlotte. We're actually going to go there and shoot videos. There's going to be a bunch of brands there too. We're going to shoot some videos.
Cool.
So we'll have a microsite of all that we see there. Hey, check it out. If you're in sales and you're in the Southeast, you might as well come and enjoy Charlotte. I'll be in Charlotte a lot this fall. I'm amazed at how many things are happening. Charlotte's like the happening place. But we have a bunch of other things coming up, and a couple of them that we'd like to bring your attention to are launch events. And as you know, our launch events are online learning opportunities for not only education, but also CTS RUs from Avixa and also some great content. So we're going to have AI and its use cases for rAVe, and it'll be actual AI. So everything that'll be in there will be stuff that's actually using AI and doing AI type of applications. So we're going to make sure that this stuff is real AI, and we'll bring it to you on September 27th at 2 p.m. Eastern. You can register for that by going to launch.com, LAVNCH.com, or scan that QR code, and you can actually attend that session. And again, you'll get some CTS RUs. And then we have a week-long event, Steph.
Yes, we do. And that is launch week 8, which I feel like I've constantly been like, how have we done 8 of these already? It's so crazy. I remember the first one like it was yesterday. So yeah, we do these pretty much twice a year now. And so this is our fall version. It's going to be October 23rd through 26th. And of course, as you can see in the graphic, we are separating them by day. Again, UCC Day, Emerging Technologies Day, Digital Signage Day, and last of all, Pro AV Day. We have a lot of really awesome sessions. We've kind of worked hard at brainstorming things that were different from other sessions that we've done in the past. I'm really excited for one of them. One of the ones that I'm going to be moderating is going to be, does everything actually need to be as a service? Because it makes sense as a business model for many things in our industry, but my God, I have heard so much as a service. Like, does everything actually need to be a subscription-based model? These are the questions that we will explore during the session. So go ahead, scan the QR code, and save your spot. It's going to be a very awesome week.
Yeah, and even if you can't join us during the week, we're going to record all those sessions and we're going to archive them. And so there's still an opportunity for you to get the education and CTS credits. So make sure that you register in that way. You'll get notified as soon as it's available. And one of the sessions I'm looking forward to is I've been working with a company called Corbett, K-O-R-B-Y-T.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people don't know who this company is, but they're a digital signage company. And what they've done is most digital signage software solutions are like PowerPoint on steroids.
Right.
They've developed a creative application, sort of like the Adobe Creative Suite for digital signage. So it gives you the ability to amp up your digital signage creative, because that's where the money is. The money is in managing the content on the sign as a service, Steph, not just selling the sign. So They're a company that a lot of people don't know about in our industry. They're new in the sense that that segment of the market, we've really never gone after the creative. We assumed that ad agencies were going to do it or other creative people were going to do it. But they're saying, hey, if you're selling the hardware, why not also sell this as a service? And you could have your own person updating it for the client, or at least sell the software package along with it so the client can update it themselves. That's the session I'm really looking forward to it on launch week 8. And, it's kind of funny you say that, this is our 4th year of launch events, right? So it makes sense that we do 2 a year that we're at launch week 8. We started our first one in April 2020. We were the first company to bring an online event to the industry. I'm really proud of that. And I'm really proud of what the team put together. And if you can remember back, Steph, to literally just days after the pandemic was declared by the whoever declared it. Who declared that again? WHO declared the pandemic. We were, I flew back from San Diego. I had to be.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. That you were like stuck in a hotel when we had this like big meeting. Yeah, Carrie, our producer, she's backstage.
What are we gonna do?
This is like her first time meeting all of us when we had to have this like big meeting of like, what are we going to do since this pandemic is happening?
Shut down.
Yeah.
I'm in a hotel for 2 weeks because that's back when you had to be quarantined for 14 days. And the pandemic's going on. And what are we going to do? And we created this launch event and look at it. I mean, I'm proud of the fact we're going 8 events and we have, we have amazing support from the brands. Some big brands are going to be part of this. Everyone from LG to Sony to, as I mentioned, Corvette and other brands will be out there. And also mostly proud of what the team's put together. It's way bigger than what we imagined. Like what it has become is bigger than what we imagined that day.
Everyone at this company is actually really fantastic at building something from completely nothing. And do you remember before our first launch week, you showed us like a clip from like a Disney documentary and you were like talking about, we want to create magic. Like that's what we do. Like we create something out of nothing. And like, honestly, we've really done that. Like you kind of hit the nail on the head with that one.
Well, and I was also showing that because we were a week away from the event and
you just like needed to pep us up.
And I was showing that clip because Rise of the Resistance ride at Disney, a week before they opened it up, nothing was working right. Yet they made it work when it came to the end. And
like none of us slept the night before the event because we were like, if everything goes wrong, like what are we going to do? And then it went so well.
It worked. And it worked because we have really good people. It wasn't the technology that made it work. It was the people because a lot of it was Band-Aided together. Let's be honest. It was. Actually, we were so like unconfident that it wasn't going to work that we had a backup ready to go that we never had to use, which was really pretty amazing.
And we just said it was in beta. We were like, if it goes completely wrong, it's in beta. It's in beta, you guys. It's fine. It's in beta.
Right.
Wow. Look how far we've come.
So anyway. Steph, I will see you in a couple of days at CEDIA. Have a safe flight today as you fly out. And thanks for everyone for watching. You can, of course, always see it rAVe TV by going to ravepubs.com, clicking on the TV link, or you can go to youtube.com/ravepubs, and it's the first thing that'll pop up on the screen. As long as we're keeping that up to date. I can't remember. I hope so. But any case, thanks for watching and fly safe, Steph. And don't forget, we'll be broadcasting every day during CEDIA. So
exactly. So keep an eye on ravepubs.com for when we go live. And you can always check out ravepubs.com/CEDIA Expo or ravepubs.com/CIX. That also heads to the Commercial Integrator Expo site. So check those both out. And we'll see you on the show floor in Denver. Bye, everybody.
It's the weekly show about Pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.